you so freaking bad. Wrestle me.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome back to Juice Pro Wrestling Podcast, episode 253. Woo, that was a long 250.
Yeah, it was.
Hell yeah.
Oh, I thought you were going to keep it rolling. Keep going. That's right. Altering the future. Altering the future. The future of fucking deathmatch wrestling with the one, the only Eric Dillinger. Eric, how you doing tonight, brother?
Woo! Man, you got me fired up, brother. I'm doing great.
Hell yeah. Fire it up! Fire it up! Folks, and road beers.
Oh, yeah.
Woo! Little Victoria for tonight's.
Hell no.
It was a last ditch effort. So, hey, real quick, as we start this episode with Eric, I want to let everybody watching, listening right now, this is going to be the third entry into our XPW expose. Back in October on the 20th and 21st, we did two nights of fucking deathmatch, no ring deathmatch shows with some fucking killer death metal bands. And I wanted to get everybody on this fucking show and talk about that and then some mo. So go back, check out. We just cut a fucking episode. It was in two parts with Mickey Knuckles last week and the week before. And then before that, we had Bull Bronson on. And we got some more coming down the fucking pipeline for you boils and ghouls. So please like, subscribe, share, and make sure you check out the XPW Theater of Brutality Night 1 and Night 2 playlists on our fucking YouTube channel, jpdub.com. Direct fucking link, like, share, subscribe, share that shit, leave a fucking comment.
Yeah, don't be a pianist.
YouTube's flagged it as a little bit of a sensitive material, so you might have to click a button if you wish to view it fully. So let's just kick it off right there because, brother Eric, it was so cool to fucking meet you, dude. I've been seeing your name around in a lot of places, dude. You are doing it fucking proper, making the rounds around like some of the most premier deathmatch promotions that there is and fighting some of the fucking biggest names that there is. And one of those names, night one of our show, dude, you went fucking one-on-one with the legendary Masada, dude. So let's just start right there. What was that match like for you? What were like the feels and the vibes that you got from the show out in Gary, Indiana?
Oh, bro, man. First of all, it was a pleasure to be out there anyway, man. And like, it was just my style, man. That grungy ass, just like here to fucking fight, dude. It didn't matter what the fuck was going on, dude. You know what I mean? It was just game time.
Game on.
It really was. Like, we get there, you look around, and you're like, yep, fuck yeah, let's go. You know what I mean? That was
hell yeah.
Pretty simple, dude. Yeah, man. Man, dude, Masada. I mean, what can I fucking say? You know what I mean, dude? It was fucking insane.
Was that your first time wrestling him?
Hell yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
Yeah, man. There was just so many different parts to the match, and then like post match that I would get more into, man. Like you said, first time meeting, and there we are in a no ring death. You know what I mean? No ring, and we were both just like, oh fuck, all right, man. Well, we fucking go. Let's go. You know what I mean? Let's fucking bang it out. But man. My two takeaway, man, oh my God, I can't even get it out of my mouth. Getting to remove the skewers and fucking get him back. I mean, that's an honor.
My God.
I fucking mean, brother. Like, that was a moment, dude. And then like post match, putting me over a little bit, like he said, dude. It was that's the shit I care about. You know what I mean? Like, it's not. I stay off of all the bullshit, but like it's shit like that from guys like that I'm here for, man.
Yeah, dude. And I forgot about that. Blood in, blood out. Yeah, you guys did share some fucking skewer action. And I was happy to have been the one that bought those damn skewers. They were hard to find out in Route 20 in fucking Gary.
No, not our generals. Better go to Walmart.
You like this.
Right? It was probably easier to find fucking bullets and syringes than it was fucking skewer.
I found these dirty syringes. You can use those.
I will say this, man, I had a brand new car and I was like, fuck, where do I park this fucking thing, dude? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, dude, in front of the bank with like security under a light, I was like, fuck yeah, we'll be fine.
Dude, no brainer.
Fuck yeah. Dude, and thanks for the photo op afterwards too, man. I got a killer photo with you and Masada. I have two fucking hardened, bloody fucking warriors.
Oh, dude. That was another moment, man. Just
gladiators.
Us shooting the shit was fucking just still covered in blood, not giving a fuck. I could have kept going, dude. You know what I mean? It was
hell yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah. Dude, and it was so cool talking to you. And you know, it's a lot of things. And we've gotten this, you know, Bodie and I coming from like the death metal, underground death metal world, where it's like you go up there, you perform, you do your thing, right? There's this, and I hate to say gimmick and use of what we do because it's not a gimmick, it's a way of life, man.
It's what we do. Well, I wear a psychosis mask kind of. So
yeah, well, there you go. Maybe it's a little gimmick, too. But I mean,
I got it.
A lot of people see and hear that shit and look at the content and just think that you're probably one of the most like, or we're the most insane motherfuckers on earth until you talk to us after the show, and it's just like, oh wow, like you're really calm, you're really like, what'd you want me to be, you know?
No. Right.
But I mean, dude, in talking to you, dude, real down to earth motherfucker, and that's I was like, yeah, fuck yeah, dude, this guy is good people.
No,
and then shout out to my buddy Zoran, who's a mutual friend. We were talking. He's like, I didn't know Eric was going to be there. He's like, I'm like, what? That's now you would have went, motherfucker. You should have just went anyway.
Said something, man. Me and Z go way back, man. I'm talking like old gimmick, like first getting back into it. You know what I mean? Like way back. And dude, he's one of those dudes that literally from day one he was like, there's something there. I see something there. Oh, you're gonna fucking just stay the course. And then it just all, you know, obviously took off from there. But yeah, fucking good people, man.
Going back to those old school days, man, like I mean, because you're an Indiana guy, right?
Yes, sir.
I mean, that's cool. I'm fucking Indiana. You know, the show's based out of Indiana. Bodie he's a Midwest guy at heart, even though he's birthed in California, moved to the Midwest.
Born in San Jose, California. Grew up in the Midwest in Racine, Wisconsin, just south of Milwaukee, not too far north of Chicago. And then 3 years ago, I moved down here to Gainesville, Florida. So now I'm down here sweating my ass off, just enjoying the heat and my 70, 80 degree December days.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He went from being a Sharks fan to a Bucks fan to another Bucks fan.
Nah, dude.
No, dude, I've always been a Bucks fan, Bears fan, Brewers fan. I haven't flipped. Even though I moved to Florida, game stays the same, you know?
That's how it is, brother. I totally get it. And
sure. Yep.
Milwaukee's like a second home, dude. I shout out ICW up there, man.
Hell yeah.
This is the fucking man. I mean, without that shit, I would be nowhere in the deathmatch game. I mean, insane. My first like real fucking moment, you know what I mean? So,
yep.
Dude, fuck yeah.
Dude, that's funny because that's actually when I first discovered you was at those shows and watching them and just reading about them. Like, dude, you came up and I was like, this motherfucker's gonna whoop some ass. I was like, dude, I just it was in your eye. You had the eye of the tiger.
Man, I always talk about that too, man. Especially like that the deathmatch shit. Like you get that look when you have blood all over your face. It's either you're in or you're out. And
exactly.
man, I was like, let's fucking go, dude.
Oh
you know
yeah. Yeah, you could definitely tell that. I was like, man, this dude's going to just be a legend.
Nah,
for sure, man. Oh, no problem. You deserve it, bro.
Nah, dude. And the fan-wise, dude, you guys are crazy, too. I've had some of you guys drive, like, fucking distance to come see me, come down and shit. Mm-hmm. So, dude, like, they're legit family. Like, fucking awesome. You know what I mean?
Oh, for sure, man. Definitely.
Appreciate that, man. So, I mean, from the humble beginnings, early, like, character work, I mean, getting started in the biz, you know, just looking... did you have any aspirations of transitioning or going full forward into the deathmatch scene, or what was that like? Because like in talking to Zoran, he was telling me and stuff like you used to work for like NGW and you'd come up for like Acme or ARW or something like that, or Backbreaker, I think.
Hell yeah. Yeah, dude, I mean, at the end of the day, I think even with deathmatch, well, hell, like, dude, we can even, I'll tie in the Masada thing. Dude, we chain wrestled. Like, I love wrestling, dude. I fucking love wrestling. You know what I mean?
And that's what's great, not to cut you off, but we said a million times, and even when that motherfucker was on this show about Masada, dude, is that motherfucker can wrestle and tell a good story in fucking within the realms of deathmatch, you know?
Yeah.
And so that's like been my whole like thing. So I'm a little older, man. I'm not like I'm in my 30s, but like I grew up with Jackass, and like, dude, that's what we did, bro. You know what I mean? We filmed ourselves jumping off shit, breaking shit. You know what I mean? Like that's what I.
Oh yeah.
It's like my time, man. You know what I mean? So even when I talk to other people, they're like, it almost like if you know me, it makes fucking sense that I did some of this shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was like the crazy guy back in the day. So, dude, you're really just mixing my two fucking favorite things, like doing crazy shit to get reactions and pro wrestling to tell the fucking story. And I mean, you said it yourself right there. I was just talking about that too, how like in deathmatch, dude, like we're using real, like, that shit's glass and shit, bro. So it's like, that sucks. You know what I mean? Like,
real glass.
Yeah.
It's not a.
I use that shit because I grew up where like, man, the best wrestling's riding that line. You know what I mean? Where it's like, oh shit,
C-dub, yeah.
that's what I'm saying, brother. You know what I mean? So, yeah, man, that's honestly too. And then I fully admit to this, and I think you guys understand this side of it too. So when I did the revamp and got to Dillinger where I wanted it to be, deathmatch was getting pretty hot, and I knew I'd fit in, and like that was like those were kind of my dudes anyway. You know what I mean? So, I mean, I knew if I went in and went balls to the walls, I could accelerate a little faster than where if I'm just, you know what I mean, just mosey matches.
Another indie guy, you know, cutting your teeth, you know.
And I did too, man. I was like, man, I'll make it different because I pride myself on still telling a story and having a match. You know what I mean? It's not just even the death match, like even the no rings, like there's still something to it, like a story to it or whatever. You know what I mean? It's just, I love it so much. So that's how I got here.
Yeah, dude. And like I said, you're fucking, I see you popping up everywhere, dude. Shout out to our homies at Wrestle Rave too. You've been down there. You were just in the match with Dimitri, how do you say it? Alexandrinov, or I can't, forgive me, Dimitri, for butchering your fucking name. But and Funny Bone, who is another friend of the show. Dude, and that match was fucking insane. You guys are doing some crazy fucking shit down there. And I might be mistaken, but have you worked Loco yet?
No, not yet, actually. So I'm pushing for that show. I know XPW and Loco are going, and I think there's like
in January.
Yeah, there's some talk here, so we're hoping for something there. But dude, they were legit. They took care of me too down there. Like, I mean, with everything, the hospitality was fucking awesome. And actually, I was really proud of that match, man. Like, four ways can be like kind of clusterfucks, you know what I mean? It is what it is. You hear about it, but man, there was something that clicked with like all of us, man. Wesley Crane was in there.
Yes.
Yeah, no, man, and yeah, dude, it was a banger. Like, I don't really, like, you know what I mean? Afterwards, it was one of those ones we got to like, fuck yeah, like hell yeah, you know what I mean? That felt good.
Yes, sir.
And I think they run their shit back on IWTV. I'm pretty sure. So,
man, I think they dropped it on YouTube too, so people wanting to check it out. Just
Yeah. Out of all the places you've been going though, dude, because like I said, dude, your name seems to be popping up everywhere, man. So far, I mean, how long has it been in the deathmatch realm? How long you been doing that? Like 3-4 years?
3 years now, man. That's it. Yeah, 3.
Yeah, dude. And you got like, I mean, dude, you got this buzz about you. You know, like I said, I see you everywhere. You're doing it right because it's much akin to like, you know, if you're like a comedian or in a band, you make the gigs. You know, you fucking go, you do it. That's how you build yourself. That's how you sell your merch. How you get your name out there. And you're fucking doing it, man. Throughout all of these battles you've had in deathmatch, you've like I said, Masada, dude, that's fucking huge. Who are some of the other like kind of top tier names that you're like, holy fuck, I'm in, you know, about to battle these motherfuckers.
Man, a big one was, and I think it was like just, and what's so crazy, man, it wasn't until afterwards where I let it sink in that I was like, holy, like what you're saying, holy shit. But wrestled Drake Younger in his first fucking death match back in Indiana in a 30-minute, and I go over on him, man, like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
I mean, like, dude, Indiana dude, you know what I mean? Like, he's like, but that was one of those ones. And then, like, even Wild, man, I again, being a huge wrestling guy, dude, just like everything he's done in general. And then even like his WWE stuff, where like I'm watching matches and he's in the ring with some of the best on the biggest stage. It was like, yeah, dude, I don't know, man. That was another fucking solid one that I was like, holy shit, this is kind of wild, man.
Who was that for?
That one was for AWR.
Okay.
Yeah, hell yeah, AWR. Yeah, like I said, I think that one's on IWTV too now, but yeah, dude, it was like 30 minutes, man. And it's same thing, dude. Wrestled dude, counters, this into that, into a pain, bro. But it was all meticulous. You know what I mean? And it was like, man, it was on point. I love that one, dude. Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
So sick.
Blood fucking flew.
Dude. And I'm like, I'm just one of the dudes, man. Like I said, I'm a little older. So like, I don't know if it's like appreciation more now or whatever, but like, man, I let those moments seek in a little bit, dude. You know what I mean? It's like, dude, fuck yeah.
You have to.
That was fuck
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
you got to. I mean, realistically, look at you know, life is so precious. Not to sound, you know, cliche or whatever, but you look at guys like Bray Wyatt, who isn't with us anymore, 38 years old. You know, like freak shit can happen, whether it's out of your hand, you know, out of your control or what. You know, you got to soak those fucking moments in, and especially if you're a fan. And I've heard people and boys and whatever in the fucking business say that, well, once you're involved in the business, you're not a fan anymore. And I'm like, that's fucking bullshit.
I don't know, man.
Are you just Kevin Nashing it up or something?
Yeah.
Just in it for the money.
Oh man, yeah. Where's the money, bro?
I made that a rule for me, man. I was like, I'll never not love
dude.
That's crazy to me. You know what I mean? I got like,
yes.
Call it obsessed. I'm an addict at heart. You know what I mean? So it's like whatever. But man, I watch wrestling every day. I fucking love it. I love different kinds. Some days it's New Japan. Some days it's crazy death matches. Some days it's pure wrestling. Some days, but I watch every fucking. I'll watch them before we jumped on here, man. You know what I mean? Like,
nice.
That's just what I do, man. So I don't know. Yeah, that's crazy to me. That to not, and I hate when people don't want to admit it either, dude. Like that's nuts.
That's the worst.
Yeah, bro. You know what I mean? Like, dude. Like, man, I don't know. There was the moment I even did like the extra work for AEW. That was I just saw that in my memories like a year ago. I don't give a fuck. I mean, I didn't like go crazy, but it's like I'm back there with like some pretty insane dudes that I watched when I was younger, bro. Like, this is fucking cool. And I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? Like, that's how I feel about it.
And speaking of guys, like, because I had this conversation today with, I think with Zoran at work, and it was like, you know, we're just talking about how, you know, you have kind of like this meteoric rise, this buzz about you. And he's like, well, dude, well, you know, what deathmatch guys, you know, honestly, like, make it or whatever. And I'm like, dude, Jon Moxley.
Yeah,
100%.
Whether you like him or not, Jon Moxley was a CZW fucking deathmatch motherfucker.
Mick Foley,
dude. You know, tons of them. You know, that reached the pinnacle of the fucking sport, champion in the two biggest companies that there is. You know, and gets to work for a company that allows him to kind of intersect a little bit of that deathmatch and to bleed a whole hell of a lot.
Yeah.
Yep.
No, dude, it's true, and I thought that too, man. Because like even with me. I was like, yo, if my charisma, my skills, and my actual matches can't get me over and you can't look past a couple of scars, then you've already looked past me. You know what I mean? And that's on you. Like, to me, like I said, about what I bring out of the crowd, like what, like I love like the vibe. I love sucking people in. I love like, that's what wrestling's about. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I can put on a banger just as well as anything with whatever, you know what I mean? So it's like, if you can't see past a couple scars and see like, kind of what you said, man. So my big thing this year has been like what you just like hitting the road, hitting these companies. Dude, I mean, this year was one of the craziest years and I'm proud of that. Fuck, I'm proud.
Gotta be.
You know what I mean? Like, hell yeah, dude. Like I said, if you can't see me as the character in the match, then get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying?
Get the fuck out of here. Dude, definitely. Stepping. That's dude, it's funny you say that about being a fan as still a wrestler, but you're still a fan. That's kind of, I think Justin can attest to this, as being in a musician, being in a band. Like, the music was always what drove me. Like, being a fan of the music. I never stopped being a fan, you know, and like people being fans of my band, I mean, that trips you out. But at first it's like, you know, I'm in the pit partying with them for the next band because I'm right there to see the next band too. Like, I'm in it with y'all, you know, I'm not going to be up there and then like totally diss you and call you an asshole, you know, like, get away from me and let me go to my, you know, let me go take a powder and let me go to my, you know, camper and hang out. Nobody else can come in there. Yeah, exactly.
I got to play music.
Like, exactly. Where's my champagne?
Nah, dude, exactly.
Where's my air conditioning? It's not like that, dude.
Sounds like Axl Rose is in the room.
I don't know. Right? You kidding me? No, it's never been like that, man. It's like it was always about the music. It's always been about wrestling, and I can totally feel you on that, man.
Nah, dude, thank you, man. I appreciate that too. I respect that shit too. Because I think we were talking about the similarities in music and wrestling in general. You know what I mean? Just like it's a grind, and like you know what I mean. But like literally one thing can happen, and next thing you know, your whole shit's changed.
Exactly.
Bro. That's how I look at it, dude. Yeah.
And then I can sit there and savor the memory of playing Mexico with Napalm Death, and it's like, man, I got to meet Barney too. I'm like, oh man, it doesn't get better than that.
Yeah. Hell yeah. I had a good time in Mexico too, but guns held at me.
Yeah, you did,
Barney. So it wasn't.
Yeah, we've had there's crazy stories.
Once, and we all got shit. You know what I mean? Like,
for sure. Anytime you go to Mexico, something happens.
Right? Yes,
I'm telling you, every time I went, something happened. It was just like, what the fuck?
Well, that's a good little segue here, real quick, Eric. Some of the weird, funky shit that's happened to you on the road.
On the road?
Yeah, or that you've encountered, man, not happen to you personally, but that you've seen,
Oh man, I could go on for days, brother. There's like I mean, honest to God, though, man, nothing too crazy, honestly. And it kind of sucks to be this guy, but I don't mind it. But I'm a family guy, dude. Yeah. So like when I go, it is business for me. I mean, I love being cordial and fuck yeah, dude. I love wrestling, but when I'm done, man. You know what I mean? Like I'm like trying to get home to my daughter. My wife's currently pregnant with our other one. It's a boy, by the way.
Fuck yeah, congrats.
Fuck yeah, congrats, man. Dude. One of each. Now awesome. Call it quits.
I promise you the game plan. So, like, I mean, like I've heard all the crazy shit, or like, you know what I mean? I've been invited to the parties afterwards and shit, man. And it's just like I love wrestling and I love my family. And man, like I always say, I want to have my cake and eat it too. And for me, that means like getting back home, being the best fucking dad and husband I can be.
Yeah.
And, you know what I mean, man? It just
that's what's up.
Yeah, right.
But it really
no, dude. I'm a father. I'm a husband, and I'm right there with you, man. It came to a point where it was like, I play these shows, and after the show, I was like, I like to hang out, but I kind of want to go back home to my family and dude, not be hungover in the morning.
Yeah.
And
perfect example, those XPW shows. Everybody went to a shout to my homie Darren Stone, man, because he put everybody up. Stone's Throw, it's his fucking house, and he just uses like for bands and shit that comes through as like an Airbnb, and that he's. Man, every fucking city needs, in every scene, whether it's wrestling or music or whatever, needs a motherfucking Darren Stone, because he takes care of you. He puts you up. If you want to party, you want to eat, you want to sleep, he is very accommodating. Yeah, shower, laundry, don't get that all often, that shit, man. Like, took care of all of them. They all went and partied. And you know what I did? I went right home afterwards. I did my, whatever they're partying, but it was like, dude, all right, I got to be back here tomorrow. I got to fucking keep somewhat of a level head. I don't want to wake up tomorrow like, the fucking worst hangovers ever, Oh. That's what I did. The second night I was there till like almost 2 a.m, pushing up huge piles of blood and glass. And I was like, you know what? They got a cleaning crew. Fuck this. I'm out. And guess who showed up the next day? Because he's a great guy and he fucking felt bad for the dude on the venue. Fucking Darren Stone. Brought his leaf blower and shot back. He's like, showed up, is like, here, man, use this shit. Because I told my bass player too, A-Bear, I was like, dude, he was helping out. I was like, man, come on, it's fucking late. Let's get the fuck out of here, dude. God, dude.
You know what I mean? Like, so
that's self-control. That's good. That's a good thing to have, because if you look at the history of pro wrestling, no matter what genre you're in, especially on the road, and musicians too, dude. Some like a lot of my favorite musicians are fucking 6 feet underground, and a lot of that attributes to I'm not just like, there's some people that have personal mental issues or whatever, but a lot of it is just the partying, dude. Like if you can't get away from that, dude, you look at fucking a good chunk at 80%. The other day, actually, once again, shout out to Zoran. We were looking at some shit. I went to WrestleMania 8, and I'm like, man, how many of these fucking people that were involved on that show, from commentary to talent, they're still alive?
Yeah, right.
And not a lot of them, dude. They're like, most of the people on that show were fucking dead. And somehow I forgot that I seen Owen Hart wrestle live. And I'm like, how the fuck did I forget that?
Oh, the Rocket, God, How do you forget that? The Blue Blazer or Owen Hart?
No, he was the Rocket, man.
No Rocket.
Yeah, dude. You said you went to 28.
Yeah, I was there.
Yeah, man, Roddy Piper, Bret Hart is one of my brother. I swear to God. So yeah, hell yeah, dude.
Yeah, that's a great fucking match and a great like finish that's been like copied like almost to death. You know,
it's one of the best finishes.
Dude, and there's another subtle one in there, man. When he gets the color. And Roddy's talking about his boot, and he kind of goes, he's like, "Oh, your boot's untied." And he gives him that little cheap shot, and he gets the dude. It's just like there's a little bit, you know what I mean?
Or when he had the belt, wasn't it with the belt?
Yeah,
he was like going to use it. Yeah, and he's just like, and it's Piper. We're talking about the guy in the '80s who was the biggest antagonist, fucking
shit talker, dude.
Yeah, and the world didn't give no fucks, and he's now he's got a thread of morality, and he's just like, no, I'm going to do it right, you know, like
right.
Yes, sir.
It was a great passing of the torch moment.
The build up, the promo build up too. I mean, I remember that to a T. He fucking, when he had the belt hidden behind the belt and he pulls it out. I don't know if I lost you guys, but
no, I'm listening, dude.
Okay, fuck yeah, dude. I saw he was gone. My bad, man. Yeah, dude. You're talking. He's got the belt behind the belt. And he grabs him on the shoulder. He's like, "No, if I got you first," and he like held on. I was like, "Dude." I can remember it to this day.
Dude, Piper is one of the best. Who are some of those guys that just do it for you, man? They're like the all-timers, like the greats that can do no wrong in your eyes.
Man, Brett is my dude. Like just bro, dude, he's turned around.
I love, by the way, when AEW did the MJF thing, I was like, dude, shit like that is cool, man.
See, I love that shit, man. That's because, again, showing that, like, bro, we love this shit. Like, you know what I mean?
It's exactly what it shows. But then you get the fucking asshole people on the internet, dude, and I ain't gonna give them any more time today because I fucking hate them all.
Brother,
fucking A.
Oh man,
worst.
Yeah, some of those groups and stuff I gotta kind of stay out of too, bro. You know what I mean?
Yes, like and even the deathmatch ones, and it's like fuck, man. Somehow some of these deathmatch motherfuckers seem worse. Like, and I'm like,
they can be. Some of them can be, which is ridiculous to me. I think. Because when it becomes reality, I'll fucking whoop all your asses, dude. Come over, fuck you, fuck,
dude, yeah. And then, like I said, there's and then there's the good ones, you know what I mean? So not to shit on everybody, like it just sucks that like the shitty ones get all the attention, you know.
Yeah. But anyways, let's direct the attention back onto the positive side of this episode. Who are the ones that do it for you, man?
Ric Flair, man, all day, any day.
Can't cancel him. It'll never happen. Never happen.
It's his character. Uncancelable.
I'll let him fucking helicopter his dick in front of me all day.
Yeah, dude.
Can I get 2 helicopters in the Ric Flair?
Hell yeah. Let me see that fucker.
Dude, this was my first, man. That's the whole reason I got this.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude. That's sick.
Warrior.
And I talk about this all the time, man. It was the character. It was man, I got fucking a larger than life superhero when I was a kid, dude. You know what I mean? So like
he was.
Yeah, and I remember being like one of the first, like I wanted Warrior to win over Hogan, and everybody's like, no, man, Hogan, you know what I mean? And I was like, no, dude, he's got it. And then for him to win, it was like,
oh, nuts.
Yeah, dude, it was awesome, dude. So
it was. Yeah,
and like I said, so not for like the in-ring shit, but like, man, it was just like the persona of him just totally took over. You know what I mean? Like,
I agree.
So,
there was a good chunk of us at that age, dude, that experienced that guy in his prime and all that shit. And it was like, and I was a huge Hogan mark too. I was sitting opposite. I wanted Hogan to win because I was a little Hulkamaniac, you know. I think I held my wrestling buddy tight and cried, "Fuck you." The truth is the truth. All right.
Oh man.
But I still was just enamored with everything that guy did, and even outside of, some people might have found it crass, and some of that stuff. I mean, it kind of was. I mean, whatever. But like the shit he did outside, like kind of the motivational shit. Like the guy was just like, hey, no excuses in life. Fucking succeed by your own hand, and you will. Like no crying that this is fucking, I can't do this. Like, what do you mean you can't fucking do it?
Yeah,
exactly, dude.
He's yelling at those kids, and he's like, what are you gonna say when 50,000 people are screaming your name, and you're like, I fucking can't. I love that shit. But I'm old school. That motivates me. You know what I'm saying?
So that's how I feel, man. That's like even like training and like even like, man, I was still that like little like I'm a 90s kid, man. So I was like that dying breed, I feel like, where it was like that's just how it fucking's always been, man. Like even wrestling training, I trained with Billy Rock at the School of Rock. And man, like
nice.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude. And it was a fucking shed and it was cold as fuck in the winter and hot as shit in the summer. And like we did just OG drills, you know what I mean? That shit, but you didn't bitch and moan. You just fucking went for it. I don't know. That's just how I've always, that's how I've always been, man.
Yeah, dude. That makes, I mean, that shit really defines a character and a human being for me, dude. Like, just shut up and fucking do it. I don't care what it is. Whatever you want to do in life.
No excuses.
Yeah.
That's
I mean,
you'll find a way. If you want it bad enough, you'll find a way.
100%.
You'll get it done.
Yep.
You're your own worst enemy, so you're your own roadblock. So,
hell yeah, dude. Yeah, not that, even to go back to what we were talking about a little bit, man. So I'm going on 7 years off of alcohol, man. So
awesome.
Yeah. I'm sorry
Congrats,
to be
dude.
popping,
That's killer.
you know, like, I'm sorry to be like, hey, look at, I'm drinking beer in front of you.
Really gonna make that point, but I swear that has, man. And same thing what you just said. I looked at it like that's an issue I have, bro. You know what I mean? Like that's something that I care of. Like my wife drinks wine and shit. You know what I mean? That's unfair of me to have my problems hinder something that I can't control. You know what I mean? Because that's what it is. It's self-control, man. Accountability.
Well said, dude.
Yeah, brother. So no worries. I just was like, that's when I was like, man, fucking off hard because I graduated wrestling school actually in like 2013.
Oh shit.
Yeah, brother. So I was gonna jump right in, man. And sometimes I think not to tie all this in together, brother, but I'm actually happy I took that break. You know what I mean? To get myself together because I would have been one of those guys partying with everybody. Man, I would have fucking jumped.
Fucking all-nighters with Necro Butcher.
I know it. I fucking know it, dude. And I just like I said now, like even I understand things more. You know what I mean? I know what I want. I'm definitely goal oriented and shit. And like it just, so I'm just huge on accountability. And like if you fucking want it, you'll figure out a goddamn way to get it done. And so
I love it.
Yep. That's how it is,
man.
Yeah.
And I want to circle back a little bit more. You know, you're talking about Ric Flair, Roddy Piper. Who else? Ultimate Warrior.
Dude,
I mean, I know there's a fucking laundry list, so don't sell me short, brother.
I could go all day, man. Like Eddie Guerrero. And I don't know dude, if you ever seen my frog splash, it's kind of like the lowdown style, but it's actually more for Art Barr, dude. I used to love.
Wow, nice.
Yeah, so that's like, you ever see his, he goes like way the fuck up with it. So that was like something in my mind. I was like, well, man, we gotta fucking I like little Easter eggs like that, bro. You know what I'm saying, dude?
Yep. I love it.
But like Eddie, man. So, and even growing up, dude, I always had to sneak watch like the Attitude Era shit. You know, like my mom was always like, "Oh no," so I was technically a WCW guy. You know what I mean? But dude, I loved all that other shit. Dude, you name it, I watched it, bro. So
yeah.
I even had one of those crazy stories too, where it was like 2 a.m. and I caught the ECW episode where it was Van Dam and Jerry Lynn, and like totally changed everything. Like that.
That's the reason why AEW exists.
Dude, yeah, man. Like literally,
that changed the landscape of a lot of things, man.
Dude, like, and like, you know, we didn't have internet and shit. I was like, what the fuck is what? I'm it's a.m. What am I doing? You know what I mean? Like. So that, like, after that, man, and then you can even roll into I was big in like early Ring of Honor. That was when I really like kind of figuring out like indies and shit like that, because I always tell people too, so I didn't watch like death matches right away, you know what I mean? Obviously I watched the Backyard Wrestling DVDs, and then that turned
I did too.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude. So I mean,
I have some still on video, the VHSs.
I think I do too, actually.
Wrestled, Matt Cross, dude. M-Dog, get the fuck
out. MD20, hell yeah.
Son of Havoc, dude.
Yep.
After the match, that was like the first thing I said. I was like, brother, I know you probably hear this, but dude, that jump from the gymnasium when he jumps down to
my God.
That was like one of my first like videos, bro. You know what I mean?
Ridiculous.
Oh, dude, yeah.
That was ridiculous.
Yeah, man.
He was cool. I seen him at a Misfits fucking show.
Yeah. I think he used to date Ruby Riott too.
Yeah. He was there with fucking I think he was there with her. And like they walked past. I looked, I was like,
it's Ruby Soho.
He was in Chicago. I was like, I know you. And he's just looking at me like, out or anything. I wasn't like, holy shit, look over there.
Yeah, exactly.
Even Ruby, dude, she was at Billy's around the time that I, like in 2013, like I said, which is crazy to think about. She like gave me my first hug after my match. She was doing Heidi Loveless stuff, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, And it's crazy to see where everybody's at now when I jump back into it. So you know what I mean? It was like, oh shit, this is crazy. Yeah. So
have you had anybody reach out like her recently, or like Billy?
I talked to Billy actually a lot, man. Man, he was a big one for me too. So I didn't I could go all day. I told you I'm a fucking talker. So I'm like adopted on my dad's side, right? So I've always had like the non-dad thing kind of going for me. So I've always picked coaches or something like that. You know what I mean? They've been big. Right. So man, Billy was the fucking man. And dude, that was at the time too, where like Chikara was going and Quackenbush was there. So you know what I mean? So he introduced me to a lot of people early on. And he actually was the one that put me in for the AEW work. Nice. Yeah, man, like dude, he is the man. And even now, as my like career has kind of taken off a little bit, we talk so much more and just kind of stay in touch. And even Ruby came up to me at AEW and we talked for a minute. But you know what I mean? Like he had reached out. So like, dude, it's just all good stuff, man. You know what I mean? Yeah,
Indiana. Yeah.
Dude, shit like that. Like it's Indiana, baby.
Dude, there's a pride there. I fucking hate Indiana, but I love it because it's where I came from. There's a lot of cool shit, you know, Ultimate Warrior, dude.
I was gonna say I'm in Crawfordsville right now, and that's where he was. Yeah, brother, that's where I'm at.
Yep. Wasn't Mick Foley born in Indiana too?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so I thought.
Dude, a lot of fucking people.
Yep. I think Indiana's something in the water.
Brutality, it's known for brutal death metal now, and
that's why I can relate to Indiana so well, is because I'm from Wisconsin, and I feel Wisconsin and Indiana are pretty close brothers, and we got a bunch of shit in between our states, so we're like picking on them.
Exactly, brother. That's
Wisconsin and Indiana are like, yeah, fuck these assholes.
Yeah, it's because we get a little more snow than you pricks, you know.
Yeah, whatever. See, yeah, meh.
There it is.
The East Coast gets pretty blasted too, but
yeah, they do. They usually get the heavy blast, like all of a sudden, 32 inches, storm of the century. You know, it's like, God damn.
Dude, I remember a fucking, this is back in the Crypt days, and me and Jimbo running late to a show fucking somewhere in Ohio and taking that, what was it? The Ohio Turnpike?
The Turnpike, I was just going to say the Turnpike.
Dude. And it was fucking, I think it was January, the fucking snow and the ice and everything on the road was fucking horrible, dude. And we're going down his big ass Ford truck, and dude, we end up going sideways. While on the fucking highway, there's a shit ton of semis and shit behind us, and it's like one of those flash before your eyes moments.
Oh shit!
Holy shit! And then we just straightened out, and it was like, fuck, literally got into the building, set up, and fucking played. You know, like fresh off of that. And it was like,
turn into the skid.
Man, I had a similar one in like 2020 up in South Bend. Man, we were doing like the no crowd shows and shit. You know what I mean? Yeah. I was working like Congo Kong, I think, for RCW. You know what I mean?
Okay. Did they ever run the Bendix Arena, like Warrior?
I don't know. I can't even remember what the one they ran out of was called, to be honest with you.
Because other that and the Joyce Center out there, when I was like a kid seeing, you know, WWF. It's the only places I can remember ever seeing wrestling in South Bend.
Dude, it was a big, like, I don't know, it was kind of like a big open warehouse type shit. You know what I mean? So I don't know what the fuck. But I was just going to go off your snow story, brother, because, like, man, I was coming that. It was a 3-hour drive. That ended up taking me 6.5, just because of how it was like that huge snowstorm, man. I got blown off the road twice. You know what I mean? Fucking trooping and getting back on. By the time I got home, I was, like, so sore from just fucking holding on for dear life for like,
oh my God.
You know what I mean, dude? Like, yeah, man. That goes back to road stories. I do a lot of these alone, brothers. So it's like it's just me and the fucking road, dude. You know? Yeah. Like that's it, dude.
Well, you know, we got fucking over 300, 400 hours of episodes. So there you go. There's a little entertainment for you. Turn us out early in the morning so you can hear shit like this. Wake you the fuck up.
There you go. Those shameless plugs.
Oh yeah.
Gotta love it.
Hey, so inside of like fucking wrestling and stuff, what would you say is your favorite style of wrestling? You know, we got the strong style, the technical, there's the lucha style.
Catch can.
Yeah, like what's some of your favorite? They would say you base your repertoire off of.
So man, like I do definitely a hybrid. So I'm big on the hybrid thing.
Yeah, I see that.
That's to a T. You know what I mean? Because like it's so weird. Like I was talking about the Van Damme thing. I do a couple things that actually are like, oh, like I do that little float over leg drop. I love like the leg drop on the guardrail. I love doing that one, man. Again, even making that my own a little bit with the light tube gimmick. I think that's badass.
Yeah.
I love but then I just love fucking chops and beating the fuck out of each other too. You know what I mean? And then, honest to God, though, man, I'm big on lucha. I do love lucha wrestling. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
I still I'll do dives all day. I'll do I love, man, it's just kind of all of it, dude. You know what I mean? Like I said, that hybrid style of it. So I can't really say one. Yeah, I did MMA for a while, so I'm big on grappling. You know what I mean?
Zoran, because
cool.
did you ever train any MMA with him? Because he was doing jujitsu and shit for a while, and he was working with guys. Who's the guy? God damn it, Dan. He just passed away from Indiana, Ultimate Fighter winner, like UFC Hall of Famer, or no, he was. I don't know if he was a Hall of Famer, but he wrestled for a little bit too. I don't know why it's escaped me. It's the Mary Jane, you know.
I'm trying to do this.
He fought. Who's the guy who fought Forrest Griffin?
Yeah, Bonner. Stephen Bonner.
Stephen Bonner.
Yeah, Stephen Bonner, the American Psycho.
Yes.
American Psycho, Stephen Bonner.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I know. I was pissed.
He was training with him and doing shit with him. And you guys ever mix it up and do any of that shit?
I actually, because I didn't meet Z until I started doing the wrestling stuff, which that was actually another hard, another weird time in my life where I never really got in fights. You know what I mean? I just did crazy shit. So I was always but I was like, man, I want to fucking fight. So once I got out of high school, they also don't really talk to you about how there's no more competition. You're just thrown into life. You know what I mean?
I've always said that they never in high school, they should be preparing you for, hey, guess what? The day after senior year is going to bring you, if you ain't got money, you're going to get a big boot up the
or if you're not playing sports.
Brother, come from a low income family, brother. You know what I mean?
Dude, yeah. What are taxes?
Yeah, bro.
How do you balance checkbooks?
Swear to God. So
how do you get a loan? How does loans work? What's going on here? You don't learn any of that shit in school.
I did, like I said. So I started to train a little bit, backed out, and then I went into MMA training full time, where I was doing Marcelo Montero jiu-jitsu. So I was like Brad Maddox. And all, I did some Muay Thai. Yeah, I went 3-1 in the cage, 4-1, something like that. It was
shit. What's that feeling like getting in the cage, brother? For I can only imagine, the feeling I get when I've been involved in actual fights, to me, it's, I guess I could get psyched up to whip someone's ass for sport, but I don't know. I'm weird like that. You'd have to really dog me or say some shit this motherfucker, what's up? Fuck your kids or something. What?
Man,
I'll kill you.
You just got to keep thinking that, dude. You know what I mean? But
I guess, man, it's weird.
I said the same thing too, even then, because you just, not being a big fighter. It turns out it was actually not bad. You know what I mean? It's oh hell yeah, but that door,
survival. That's fighting, really. That's
that door shuts, and you're just yo, it's me and this motherfucker right now. This,
right.
You know what I mean? Yeah, that's exactly how I felt. I was this isn't fucking training. This isn't
Yeah, it'd be almost out to kill him, but with not killing him, not intending to. If you were going to fight Mike Tyson, if you didn't think, if you go in there to kill him, you were going to be killed.
Oh, yeah.
And that's
I think the same thing with football, dude. Football guys, so many concussions and shit, because that's a sport where you can't not feel that brutality. What the game really is just fucking brutal. It's a fight. It's brutal. It's those motherfuckers. It's a
car crash for about 60 to 120 minutes.
I don't care what anybody says.
And then they're trained, they're training and getting bigger and stronger to do more. But I mean,
and faster.
And
faster.
Athletes are
fucking. Dude, you're not kidding, man. Today's athletes are insane. You got fucking 6'5", 320-pound D tackles running a 540 flat. What? 4.840. Are you kidding me?
You only hate me because I believe in science.
Yeah, the nutrition, the workout programs. It's everything.
And that was one of my things about the fight game, man. I was actually into it, man. I love the going back into the wrestling aspect, where it was I love jiu-jitsu. I love that ground roll. You know what I mean? I'm here for it.
It can very much be incorporated to help create a better, more evolved style of even a catch as catch can or technical. There's so much you could do with it if you can make it look fucking awesome. We saw at Warrior, who was it? I think it was Karrion Kross and Tom Lawler. And those guys were fucking Dude, it was like your unexpected match. Like, dude on his back the whole time. Like, and them fucking,
I remember that.
shooting for holds.
That's
and
for like 20 minutes.
And it wasn't boring at all. It was
it was fucking great.
Exactly. You know what I mean? As long as you like, and like, I think I said the other thing too, where like, it helps with selling. Like, I know what it's fucking like to get fucking jacked or like get my arm all fucked up or like, you know what I mean, dude? Like,
Tiger uppercut.
Exactly, dude. Like, fuck, man. Like, I've been there. You know what I mean? So,
right.
But yeah, again, man. I even just jumping into that was just another kind of like, that's just how I am, man. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm a wild like that, dude. I'm like,
you got a better record than Punk, brother.
Yeah,
right.
Day.
Yeah. That's another thing you got on him too.
No kill Phil.
Yeah.
No kill Phil.
And you know what sucks though, man? Like, going back to wrestlers I loved, like, dude, he was one that dude brought me back. Dude, he brought me back. I was like 09, 2010.
You should have never left, motherfucker. I had to fucking endure that bullshit. You should have too, Batista, John Cena, Randy Orton. Fuck.
Dude, but it's true, man, because like there was like that period where like I think we all go through it at some point where you kind of like, you know what I mean? You fall off for a bit or whatever.
Yep.
But man, I loved him in Ring of Honor, and I was like, dude, fuck yeah. And then I went away, and then the pipe bomb, and dude, it sucked me right back in. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I was like,
I think that pipe bomb, I hate CM Punk, like, as a person. I don't know him personally, but all the, not just the AEW shit. I mean, this is years standing. I never got why he was so huge anyway.
no.
But he did deliver that one promo that I think, if you look at it, if you want to go deep, it opened the doors of the mainstream wrestling audience, television, which at that time was only WWE, but to indie wrestling.
No.
Which, let's face it, dude, even at that time, ROH was indie wrestling, a super indie compared to WWE. You know what I mean? Like, it wasn't like today where there's how many promotions on God's fucking green earth, you know? Like, it was like, there were very few and far between. If you did have one, they were, it was like a super local podunk fucking.
It was a VFW.
Yeah, exactly, brother. Yep.
Yeah, dude. So I think that is an important speech and why he still gets so much love today. Because I mean, he did open up the doors for everybody to be like, oh, well, what's this?
Yeah, and at the time,
I wasn't even seeing this in wrestling magazines.
Exactly,
you know?
and no one was crossing the machine at that time.
And that's
nobody went up against the machine that was WWE. He was the one that kind of shoot promo. Like, damn, like I don't remember seeing some of this shit since like WCW versus WWF back in the day.
That was like my growing up. You know what I mean? So that's that feeling again, dude. You know what I mean? I was like, oh fuck yeah. And I get it.
Back, and he was a prick.
Yeah. But when you saw him, like exactly, like I knew he wasn't like the guy, and then like to have that moment, and then like you said, open the fucking doors for everybody. Really, I mean, honestly, you know what I mean. So yeah, I don't know, man. I love this shit.
Yeah,
no, I do too, man.
Have you been watching any of the shit with you know who? Like, I'm seeing it's end of the year, and like I'm getting to the point where we've been doing this show for like 5 years now, and it's cool, I guess, to do year-end shit, but everybody does them. I might sprinkle some of that talk in here and there, but whatever. So I'm looking at a what culture thing. It's like the 10 best wrestlers, mainstream, obviously, of 2023. And number one, and dude, I mean, fuck, it'd be kind of hard to detest. Like, they have Bryan Danielson, and it's fucking cool to see, like, the guy fucking going with Okada, breaking his arm, finishing the match, and then coming back like a month later, it seems.
Yeah. And then breaking his orbital bone.
Yeah, and doing a G1 style fucking
tourney,
like
when he was supposed to be like retired, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
right. And if you look at all the matches he's had this year, like, it's like, damn, they've made a pretty strong case like that.
He's fucked some people up. Yeah.
Dude, yeah, man. Another fan moment of mine, going to an ROH show. I still attested that. I can't rewatch it because it was so good.
Yeah.
Chicago Ridge. I can't remember what number, if it was like their third or fourth, but it was him and Nigel McGuinness in one of their like.
Oh,
wow.
And I was like there, and you could see me like third row. I even have those nerdy pictures where you can like legit see me, and I was like, but I won't forget like just how fucking good it was. Like I said, I can't watch it again because like I've seen other like 5 stars, and I was like, okay, it was as good as I thought. You know what I mean? But like, yeah, the dude's fucking. I don't know, man. Like, when wrestling's good, it's fucking good. I think he's one that's. You know what I mean, dude? I was like, oh, love it.
Yeah, it's kind of like I on when was it, Collision? I think it was Danielson versus Eddie Kingston, or was it on?
I haven't seen it.
Holy shit! Like, you know, there's good wrestling on TV like that, you know, but then they take it a step, and this is like pay-per-view quality match, and the chops they gave each other, you hear it, and it was like a dead echo in the whole arena, and like an echo I haven't never heard before. It was just like pop, pop, pop. I was like,
dude, Danielson's chops too were
both of them.
I was flipping in between them, the college
nuts.
games, and my buddies. Yeah, well, he was flipping through it, and we caught right at the end of that match, and you just like hear like, and Danielson, he's like, God damn, you heard that echo?
Yeah, it was just had this echo. I was just like, Mike, I know that shit hurt.
Yeah, Eddie's the man.
I mean,
and then he cuts the great promo, the workhorse promo. Though, you know, earlier we're talking about, you know, coming up, fucking, you know, Midwest cats, fucking, you know, not having a lot and shit, and going out there and getting it and doing for yourself. He says the same shit in a calmer way. He's like, I ain't out there fucking crying. My arm's fucking broken. My eye, I have no eyesight really in this eye, and I'm not gonna fucking say, you know, what did Eddie Kingston say? You know, humble in victory, humble in defeat. And he's like, no, you've already lost. And I'm like, fuck yeah.
Oh, hell yeah, dude. And then what's crazy too is even for like a Punk or somebody like those other dudes, like, man, dude, they put on bangers in IWA, like back when they, you know what I mean? There was like the great going on then, dude. Like that's how I felt when I got to be in like the last Ted Petty. I didn't give a shit. Like I was in a Ted Petty, dude. That's fucking awesome. You know what I mean? I was like, yeah, it's like one of those moments, dude. I was like, hell yeah, dude. Like, crazy, you know?
Yeah, for sure. There's so much crazy talent out there right now, from WWE, AEW to the Indies to Deathmatch to everything. Like there is, I mean, it's loaded with talent. It's just insane. Like you couldn't, maybe 10, 15 years ago, I don't recall like seeing that. But then, like you said, when the doors opened up to all this indie wrestling, ROH and all this other stuff, it was like, holy shit.
Science.
Yeah, and science, and like you could, what we were saying about football players, same goes for the
nutrition.
Wrestlers. The talent, it's like, you know, like Claudio. Take Claudio for example.
Well, if we're talking about deathmatch for the most part, hey, we can say the beer and the weed is better.
Oh, of course.
6-ounce curls. Necro ain't working out. You know, I'm a fucking 12-ounce curls. But anyways, you were saying it.
Oh, I was just saying, you know, the nutrition and all that, the science, like Claudio, he's just insane. His strength. He doesn't look like he could be as strong as he is, but I bet you that guy could put 2 buses on his back loaded with passengers and just press them. No, you know, yep. All right, 2, we're good.
And then
swing them. Yeah, and then swing them afterwards. But yeah, man.
One bus has the Rolling Stones in it, just because.
The other one just had Stones rolling. That was a terrible dad joke. Terrible dad joke. I'll see myself out. Good night, guys.
I got a question for you, and this is I mean, I guess maybe it's a thing. I've seen it pop up in a lot of deathmatch community shit. I mean, do you think it's something that's oversaturated right now in like the U.S. market, and do you think that it has peaked, so to speak?
So, man, I go back and forth on it. Oversaturated, I think. Possibly.
Everything does. Once you catch it, it all does. It's become a viable thing, I would say now. You know, and that means, hey, it's not your cool little secret anymore.
That part I do agree with, and I think it could be used more. Like I don't know, properly, man. Like some of those weekends, and God fucking bless you guys for like going and watching, but like that's gotta be wild watching like 3 shows in the same day. All deathmatch, you know what I mean, brother? Like that's gotta be taxing. Like I haven't sat out there for one, but even doing them, I'm like already trying to come up with different shit for my next match that day. You know what I'm saying, brother? So it's like I do think that there's moments and then like a full show of it. I think if we go back to like I like stipulations. I like when they only let you use certain things. I think that's a fun challenge. I still like the aspect of wrestling. You know what I mean? So and like or like have a banger card and do like 2 death matches or something like that. You know what I mean? Like shit like that. I don't know. But and I always ask my question. Maybe I'll ask you guys. Do you ever think that it could be not, I don't want to say mainstream, but do you think there could be like an ECW-esque, a little more extreme than ECW, but like something like that on TV? Like, what's your opinions on that? I've always thought that. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
yes, I'll tell you right now, if Tony Khan wanted to do it,
That's what I'm
Good. He could. Because why? For one, you would need all the money in the world, and he's got all the money in the world. If he wanted to just start his own
got a network.
personal streaming thing and run like the most debaucherous deathmatch, crazy shit you could think of, yes. It's not like it's an unrealistic thing. Do I think it'll ever be like on TV and shit? Like, you know, you flip on the CW, or back in the day we used to get Saturday morning. No, not to that level. But yes, and especially in the day and age of like, you could start your own network or streaming thing, and people don't give a fuck about cable anymore because they're streaming. Exactly. Where do you watch? Where do you get most of your content? Right fucking here, dude.
Stream.
Exactly, dude. Yeah, exactly.
All the apps, YouTube TV. I don't even have cable anymore.
See, and that's what I was just, because like, man, like, you know how it is. Like, I feel like throughout the years, like, I just, shit's gotten a little more edgy and a little more edgy, even on regular TV or whatever. And I just was like, that was like a thought of mine. That's where I'm at least. I'm like, man, I wonder if there's a way to like make this more public and more accepted. I don't know what that is, but you know
I think it'll always be niche at, you know, for obvious reasons and to the extent of what it is, because I mean that's just what it is, you know. I mean, it's you can't sell Happy Meals with thumbtacks in them for a toy, you know.
Oh, I can.
So, but I think there is a glass ceiling for it, but there is a way where you could probably put on a fucking great thing and make money.
Here you go, 11 p.m. slot Friday night.
Like a late night, like something. What? I don't know. I'm just
TNT.
Like, back in the day, I'm seeing this shit would have been on like HBO, or even like air it in the middle of Skinamax, so you get fucking the first hour to fucking work your demons, and then the second hour
nothing but blood.
We'll call it the pleasure and pain.
There block, you go. Yeah,
it's a block of pleasure and fucking pain.
The jerking work hour.
I love that.
It's gotta happen.
Yeah, I mean, dude, or like on mainstreaming, like you're saying, dude. Because you know, what I mean, I do think it's sometimes like, I wonder if that hinders it, like XPW being on its own specific streaming. You know, I mean, you have to like legit search that out.
But I like that, and I like that for them because that's all their shit, and they have enough content to do some shit. And if they had the proper people and financial whatever, I'm not saying Rob does or doesn't because I don't know, but yeah, dude, if that was me, I would have a team assembled. I would fucking be doing, like all kinds of crazy merch and the streaming schedules and all that. He's got a lot of good shit. I like what they're doing. And the fact that it's more direct money from what I understand to the boys, like buy the pay-per-view that your favorite wrestler's on, and it's going to fucking, it's going to go to them. That's why they're doing it.
Having your own like code per wrestler was really dope. You know what I mean? And like, even I mean,
trust me, I'm good. Yeah. I'm good homies. We're good friends with Fight. I got a lot of shit, dude. But man, dude, you can't get it all on Fight. XPW, I used to love it when they were on there. Yeah, but there's business of the sport of professional wrestling, ladies and gentlemen, and we must abide.
I feel like the closest we have to an ECW. It's not too close to it though as AEW. Just the attitude of it. Some of the stuff that they can show on TV
though too.
Which one?
GCW.
That's man, another one that they were so hot, and I just feel like I don't know what have you know what I mean. I don't know if it is the oversaturation of or other companies coming too. I mean, they're still killing it. I enjoyed working for them. I got to do the Wisconsin Death Trip.
Oh yeah,
me and Diz tagged up. Again. Yeah, dude. So like, dude, I'm here for and like.
You see, Justin Credible was just there, and he was like 350 pounds.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's tough. You know what I mean? That's tough. Yeah, yeah. Like, man, but then I'm like, I try to think though too. I'm like, I know he was having his issues with stuff.
Yeah,
at least he's got some weight on him. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not trying to even. You know what I mean?
I've gained a lot of weight from being stressed and whatever, so I ain't knocking. But it was just shocking. I haven't seen him in years, so it was
it's been a long time.
I didn't even think that picture. I didn't think it was him when I first saw it. I thought it was like some dude wearing a Justin Credible.
That was King Kong Bundy. God damn it!
No. Oh shit! Yeah.
No respect.
I've met that dude.
Kidding. We're not that. I gotta fucking before I get canceled here. I just say what I want. I'm just trying to be humorous. It's dark humor, people. I feel for the guy.
Someone enjoys it.
Yeah, right.
People are enjoying it more. People are starting to get a little bit upset about all the little extra like feelings hurt type of shit. Like
all that shit. You see what's
like
happening?
The Ric Flair thing. Like
you're talking, and you're saying like AEW reminds you of like a modern day ECW. I see that. I mean, look what's happening in there. Some of the shit. the whole Ric Flair fucking, it's controversial, you know, like I don't really see any, I don't know.
They're dropping F-bombs on live TV. Edge on
dude.
That was great. Adam
Tony's like, here's $1 million. I don't give a fuck.
I'll pay the fine for you. We just reach into my pocket.
Yeah. Do you imagine if the Jags win the Super Bowl? I mean,
it's over, dude.
It's over. TK's gonna be blowing fat fucking rails on Brett Lauderdale's asshole
right on TV, dude.
And Vince McMahon and fucking Rahm Emanuel. He's gonna former mayor of Chicago. No, who's the guy who owns fucking TKO?
Oh yeah,
Ari Emanuel.
Ari Emanuel.
Midwest thing. Whatever.
He's gonna say, "Hey, Billy Corgan, this is how you actually do it on live TV."
My god.
Like, and there's that whole thing, you know what I mean?
So, I mean, but dude, here's the thing, and you see, this is fuck. I had this talk. I don't want to get too much into this, but you know, like going back to the people talking shit and reporting and who's leaking or whatever. And you have these certain like dirt sheet outlets, and like, dude, yes, we're a wrestling media outlet, right? But we're an outlet to like help promote and get people to know you guys, you know, the men and women of all walks of life and involved, and have fucking fun,
and talk some shit.
But you know, supposedly, like, because if the whole thing was that cocaine spot room, whatever TV deal, but dude, they're on the CW app, right? Like, and they were legit had WWE courting them too. It's like they could have just told them no flat, you know. Yeah. They kept them on the app, and what do you do business wise? You know, if you have the recognized leader, you have Coca-Cola or RC down here. What do you do?
What's
you know, it's like, shut the fuck up, people. You know, like that shit just fucking bothers me to no fucking end. Like,
I hear you.
It even same that same aspect where sometimes, dude, like, man, don't take wrestling too serious. You know, fucking man, like, there's bro. Like, you can still like, it's still come on, man. It is what it is too. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. Don't take it too serious. You said it perfectly. Like, dude, come on, get over yourself.
That's it, man.
Yeah. Quit trying to put yourself over. Like, don't take it too seriously. Like, okay. Yeah.
Like, hey, I think back when I was a kid, I heard it. A wise man once said it best. Settle down, Beavis.
Exactly, dude. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, exactly. And most of them hate just to hate. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, well, if you're buying the AEW pay-per-views in the first place, you're still, or WWE or whatever, you're still paying them to watch it, and you're just to talk shit.
Yeah, and then one like bigger examples where I just like finally was like, dude, fuck all that. I had a couple of clips do really well, like on Instagram, hit like a couple million views and shit. And one of them, dude, it's like me versus Silas Young, which was another banger that I Wisconsin shout out, dude. You know what I mean?
I just seen him this summer. He was actually wrestled in Hobart, Indiana, dude. And
still go, dude. But that's a story for today, dude. You know what
He's
I mean?
the last real man, dude.
Oh, that's exactly what we did. We went there dude, great match, awesome time. I do a suey through, and I get him good, and he like hits the guardrail, and there's like this little kid standing on the guardrail, and they're flying back a little bit, right? And it was like, oh shit.
Fuck those kids. Fuck those kids.
Yeah, exactly. Check on her. Go back to the match. And at the end of the match, dude, I do the whole fucking thing, give her the belt. Everybody's chanting her name. Right. We make up for it, dude. Fuck yeah. Dude, then in the comments, after it's gone like a couple million views, dude, just these people that are like, oh, you fucking piece of shit. Like, I can't believe you fucking like knocked her. Like, you fucking, I bet you go home and beat your wife too. And it's like, what the fuck? What the fuck?
I beat my dick, but not my wife. You know, get it correct, motherfucker.
It's just like, man, it's just like you start seeing these things pop up on your phone, and I was like, I gotta turn that shit like,
and that's that's when it's sad, and you see a guy like Ric Flair, and I've said since I think probably go back 5-6 years ago, day one on this episode or the show, wrestling fans are the worst part of wrestling. They're the fucking reason shit dies, and especially now in the day and age where everybody's so super hypersensitive about every fucking little thing like that. Really, you're gonna try to fucking cancel Ric Flair and make a guy post that like, hey, I don't need this job. If I'm embarrassing you, let me know. Trying to take away a cool moment that as a wrestling fan, I'm sitting there and I'm watching Tony fucking Schiavone, Sting, and the Nature Boy Ric Flair on fucking TBS. And TNT. You know, when WCW died fucking 22 years ago, you know? Don't take that away from me with your fucking snowflake bullshit, you know? I'm sorry, you're fucking soft. I can't deal with it, dude. Like, harden up a little bit, because if you don't, life will do it for you.
Yeah,
you
classic Flair.
That man, and that's just like you growing up, and like, I don't know, man. That's just like what we like. That shit was. It was what it was on TV. If you didn't like it, you didn't watch it. You just didn't. You know what I mean? You didn't.
Exactly.
It's like, okay, like that's not my shit. I won't fucking give it my money. I don't know. You know what I mean? If it,
do you think that's a thing though? Drop. Check this out. Drop fucking cell phones in this day and age in our generation. You know, like growing up in the 90s.
The
do you
world
think
would
it
end.
Still plays out the same? You know.
I don't, man. Honest to God, man.
I think it does, because the majority of the populace,
social media ruined a lot of shit.
Idiot, bull, fucking asshole, motherfuckers.
Yep. Social media ruined everything.
Man. Even like to talk about like man, I remember just watching the show and not knowing what's going to happen. And,
yes. That's also the worst part, dude. The dirt sheets like got so fucking huge, and now everybody is concerned with what every little detail is going to happen. Like, just sit back and enjoy the show, and don't get pissed off and shit on a good angle when it's not, happening to the way you would book it or whatever, or because a certain backstage thing. Like, that's fickle, dude.
It is. Yeah.
It just that fucking doesn't make sense, honestly. You know what I mean? I'm just like, I don't know.
No, and when it doesn't make sense is it starts not making dollars either when people aren't watching because of that, but these motherfucking assholes still watch, or at least they'll keep up with clips or something, because everybody's always got to say something, like just sit back and enjoy wrestling, because there's like a million different promotions now. Did you see his shit? Speaking, we were talking about NWA a couple minutes ago. Billy Corgan, I saw him in an interview, and now he's starting to execute this plan. He's trying to revive like the territory system.
I've heard.
Which I think is kind of a cool idea if it's done right. There was some promotion in JCP. I forget what it is. Jim Kazawa. I don't know how to say the guy's last name, but anyways, he's one of the first territories, promotions to be added into the NWA territory, officially, like their world titles and officially recognized NWA championship. Like, I think shit like that is pretty fucking dope, dude.
Dude, I love that too. And even going on to what you just said too. So like even shit like that, like, dude, if it's good for the business, I mean, that's good for me. That's good for us fucking dude. Like that's also too where people like cut down like, oh, I'm either WWE or AEW, or like even now with like deathmatch companies, I'm like just this company or this company. It's like, brother, I got friends that are working in all these places, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Like,
and you know what the bitching to me affects, dude? It affects you guys on like that are not, if you're not in the top feds that can, hey, WWE, and as far as we know, AEW will always fucking survive, right? They can afford to lose viewership and whatever. But if you guys are out there spewing shit online and taking away to where people aren't going to like indie shows or whatever anymore, then that starts to fucking hurt, and you guys don't have many places to go. And I've seen some of it happen with, like, dude, Chicago's a hotbed for wrestling. I'm half hour away, like go to a lot of that shit. And a lot of promotions out there that have lost attendance due to, not being able to book some of the major talent anymore, or whatever the excuse is, fans were offended that a certain way they did tickets or parking or whatever. People will bitch about the dumbest shit, and then guess what? We're not going to have it anymore, and you guys ain't going to have a spot to work. It's the fucking and how can you say you're a fan if you're doing that shit? You're just a critic,
I'm saying, do you know what I mean? Like, yeah, there's a difference. There's a critic and a fan. That's a fucking great way to put it. You know what I mean? Yeah.
And there's pricks.
We love this shit. So it's like, I want it to be awesome. I want it to be good. You know what I mean? I always even say that about my matches, not to like rope in something else, but it's like, I promise you, I'm not going to go out there and embarrass myself. I'm going to fucking put on the best. Like, you know what I mean? As cool as but it's like, that's the point, right, bro? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Yeah. And as an AEW fan, primarily myself, I still want WWE to do good, and I still watch WWE. There's certain aspects I don't like of it. I can't sit through a 3-hour fucking Raw. That's for damn sure.
But, a deal on that one.
Yeah. I'm not a huge Punk fan anymore. I mean, I was never a huge fan. I was a fan.
Rock.
I liked seeing him coming back after, a bunch of years off, but then this other shit, and like, it just seems like a constant theme with him. And I'm like, okay, whatever. But
yeah,
it was
he
good
was
for,
a fan, dude. He
yeah,
was like, he saw the.
But
real,
it was good for wrestling.
Real.
Him popping out at Survivor Series, like, you know, moments like that don't happen often.
I was gonna say it was the moment though.
Yeah,
like it just.
exactly.
But did you enjoy that? Did you? Let me ask both of you guys real quick. Did you enjoy the Survivor Series moment? Because I felt like it was there, but it had already been done.
That's kind of like I thought it was like a good if I was like a great like a C. You know what I mean? Just middle of the road. Like it was all right. I mean, they worked hard, I guess. You know what I mean? But it was what it was.
Yeah, I will say it was pulled off very well. Like, kudos to Triple H and the other Nick Khan, the other Khan. God. But no, congrats to them for pulling that off, because like they went and they did the header, the footer, like we're cutting off air. Like fans were like, oh man, you know, they're off air now, and then all of a sudden, and it's like, oh shit, okay, like you got me.
Yeah, the reaction videos too, where it's like, and that's again like
that's
why
cool,
I love.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? You're like, that's why I love wrestling.
Exactly.
Like,
yeah. Even if it's
that happened a couple years ago already.
Yeah, when he came back to AEW, I didn't like him, Bodie. I told you, you know, we said it on air. Like, I'm not a Punk fan, but that moment was cool for wrestling.
Moment was
because you felt the energy.
Oh,
like you're saying, it's that energy that like wrestling can only provide you. I mean, concerts are like that too. When you just see a fucking band that's on point that you love, that shit hits you too. When your hair's standing up, you know,
dude.
you got a fucking raging heart.
Sting and Flair. Sting and
Bodie's
Flair
in front of you, and
and then I'm in front of you.
What?
RVD wrestling, you know, Jerry Lynn coming out.
RVD.
Dude. Shit like that, you know, like that's what I love for it. And I don't care if it's in WWE, New Japan, Impact, you know, XPW, GCW, wherever the hell it is, I want it. And I want to watch it, you know.
Yep. Fuck yeah. Yep. I mean, like you said too, man, like to even tie into the deathmatch shit too, like you said, like we're already a niche. Like, why are we secluding it more by like, you know what I mean, making people individualize and pick what they want to watch? Like, dude, I just feel like we're all in this shit. You know what I mean? Like, even then too, it's crazy. Like, I want people to come watch it because then I've gotten this more often than not. If I have a homie bring a girlfriend or somebody else, they're like, that shit was crazy. And I'm like, yeah, dude. It's like that all the time.
The shows, those XPW shows, the owners were like, not having it. That's my chair. I need that for the funeral, you know? Like, but he fucking loved it. His one buddy's like, I'm here for the violence. It was like, never seen no shit like that ever in his life.
Dude, I brought my younger brother, to Jersey for my first XPW with Lucky. And man, like he even said, he's like, there's just something about the environment, dude. That shit was wild. Like it was insane. And I was like, dude, that's what I want. Like, just step out of your comfort zone, try something different, man. But like, I got to be inviting you in so you fucking check it out. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Like,
you know what would be tight and I think could work maybe on a better level is like deathmatch wrestling, but like done like Lucha Underground style, you know?
I'm trying to say, bro. Like, I feel like there's something available there, dude. Like you said, like
the format was great, and I loved how when they'd even cut and they had like the fucking mariachi psychobilly bands or whatever playing. I was like, why not cut and have like fucking Dying Fetus up there, like kill your mother, rape your fucking dog,
dude. That's what I'm saying, man. Like, I don't.
We need money, dude.
That's a killer idea.
That's what, right? Like, dude, like even then, remember they were like an hour long, like perfect time, bro. Just
God damn it, threaten cut this part because we can't have motherfuckers taking our ideas. You know
they're going to.
You gonna do sex to me?
Did you like that video? If so, be sure to hit like and subscribe and check out more killer content from your boys at Juice Pro Wrestling. Whoa, yeah!